Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bare kondom tonto joko bana.
Hello, ila ning headphone be tulo kana bondi je because ila voice be jirin dumal. Your voice is down.
Yeah, so dari ma bilang Mr. Ibrahim Tungkara ko yale amin dara nyok Ibrahim assalamu alaikum. Ibrahim
Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mari lamoy law da dan din kabrim banko kangara fo banko e bantala. Hello.
okay ta dan ke mo
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Ebe moy kan ba? Hello.
yeah me tan
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mari lamoy law da dan din kabrim banko kangara fo banko e bantala. Ngal be konton mbake bi fana ngal tula nal konton dimal la nal be wato minto anal be dar rending alhamdulillah ko be kontan bate bi fana kamurani nan gambe have you say to molami nan famada le jang misiyara
yeah
lokun
kemal
jamaati manna programme o robbidum bi alhamdulillah ko be kontan ku bate bi fana kamurani nan studio kono al nal badi malen ibrahim tunkara kamala bi al tenten kala moy nim programme dima bale na rabbi fana mi yalon ko nal be wala ka inshallah ala baraka ba.
ma pe da mo kan lawran play bari inte ela jang en to ko kam dara slori mulun ka dan but awon nyama di program ko dafa kaca kolla la komin Ibrahim Yahya famo ke tabbate amma ibn sungar wana nga program ken da mon ke mani tin ko kontan ba ke ko din sungar da so tan mo ngare nam fataje kaca la ko ni wala ni ko wala ko ni alan ko la tera ni sungar ko lo tamam ko ni president baro ni banjul muslim elders meeting ko Kumodol Nil Fataye, especially President Baronin, Minister of Lands, kata Ahmad Sente Bati, Kumodol Nil, so Mujino Nindon, the Jigal Kara Fana Fana. Bari program fa mata fana lokun samanya, ko jamona fana kata ngalong ko, ngaje ko san da kuma da ba ta da mun sama ko sama to di program mo so bi de wala review la base de bigero kala diaspora voting ngalong ko de electoral bill samba national assembly de bigero ke kanala wala minna the fourth ordinary session corona tajana ya je base wala minna dinna do bondi je ngalong ko wala nyanda kala kar discussion ko ke mo lam len ko le Gambia banda Gambia banda ni dabla arte fayo to para na to ke system de base banko kan de jibero to lo kan na so afro dan wolam banjir muslim elders ila la ila kawasan kamu de kabri independence kamu kabri independence mana masih ke jibero ke mitino la sungkar sa kata regional control interview president Inggris kata Inggris so kamu ada yakin ada kata yang bro no
Hello, Jawla.
yes Ibrahim
Ila voice over do man manam for be headset all use cam, but your voice is very low. Yeah.
okay let me Ibrahim
Yes, yes.
so saya banyak di
Yeah, office yang ini office ya.
official
Yeah.
baga fo
Yeah, office ya bakal bara aku kuliarin ne, aba kuliarin ne.
kuliah ni
Yeah.
okay be sangko lista ba dina blanga be bon ligue
All right.
be bluetooth sangko lista be Siri turn off bluetooth
All right. So office ya abit ya sa okay.
Finish 0-0.
It's fine now.
Okay. Thank you, Ibrahim. Now, Senator Bakel.
Yes, and so no program one.
Very good. Then man on the program introduction do follow back on the nyadile. Alright, left ka diam no muna dorong Ibrahim B. Orong be jibero kala kodo la milyalan ko wala tambita the past 3 weeks kabir molmang program mo natino this time due to sunkarola ko kama nim business dol busy all dol kombe jibero kala kibar multo fon ko dom nyanko la farmansata kibar kaytul bala bake ada bol kono wala di diaspora bilti mi alonko di diaspora clause ni mi ango ya nato non député bon to pour ka kachala electoral bill ni so e bunda mi bonni min kara di min kata clause 14 be jiber kala fana ba jani o melabe commence ni mitino la mi alonko le kata state house tumara menna dalda ka ke adoti sunkar sari muslim kewali kay kafo kay kumandi banjul muslim elders la sunkar sari kata banko nyaton ko kondong min kata sante his excellency president barote call dol miam ko ku jama kachata je but then banko mol nata ka kontan balia itandi bake fanna jamala ku dol mialon ko ifada game especially President Baroning ala local government and lands minister minkata Ahmad Bati dol fonam fontara to an extent ka question ka nyinin karoke how relevant is this Banjul Muslim Elders annual meeting dul fana yo nyinin ka. But then overall coming fanya ya nga karanya ma findere nyam kibar kaytol bala President Barrow His Excellency adiamuta kujamala adabol kono walam imamul la fannala tumala mina itande ko imamul mu banko dolto e ka khutba e la kutubo jumalun kutubo e ka safele ka karam tumala mina President Barrow ya fokode imamo dol bije wol ka kumo dol fo mansa kundama o ka kumo la dum yalon ko ala kontan bala itandi kumo dol le kamil fo mansa kundama akode tonya dol bije ni ke bo fado de sa fitno wudindi non na bulo chodi imamu dol nako wol dol ba kumo fo mansa kundama watar kumo mansa niyama anene buka nyinin karoke so kawanyu fa nak mo jamal nata kam fada itandi President Barrow anan ala masakunda ka itandi ko munate na nyimbe bulala hakilo kono tonyalum nak banku dol bije wol ka kutubo safe la masal nyolele but then dol ya joko wata keno la fendi mialon ko ase keno nyim banko ka wala banko molbe sonnala Ibrahim, first of all, overall, how did you see the Banjul elders meeting? The larger offender me along I the give kulale. Of recent Diamond Milka Fintinanje, people are now questioning its relevance, for a will purpose mean kama for is it still serving the purpose? How did you see the meeting overall over the past years, especially this year coming me from President Barrow planning Ahmad Ba. Ibrahim.
Abaraka bake ila nyinin karola ndefana hamwe wala hakilo min wala nyindo ko this meeting with Banjul Muslim elders ndefe amang kuma bake bari nal hakilo baka non yin mum bennati mi yanon ka meta kelele janning gambe fa ba fa soto la ni manyina iko kabrin ko wal be mar tuba wol be marol la wato non wato la nyim ben kake Banjul alfal wala Banjul Muslim alfal sunkar kaskalo sunkar saleka kata enen tubab ko man nawo nyaay ñoje wala enen tubab maralal nyaay ñoje sajel pour ile isila kolya kol foye kolya kol mi yang foye bolle takitang wato jenna bot ngaje ko say mantra wo tumoto tubawol bata jenne mantra tubab marloto say fon lebe fam marakan to wo kamala mangin bemala kumayaje ma jek bango nyin ay mun kumal soro mbeyin tembo min so fulanyo fanan ngaje ko say bengo ka trend minta jama sen bengo ka filominta karani political la say ngaje la say political la ka discourse je ba ya nin development wol anno bengo ina propose no ndo la pour Banjul Muslim alfa la gamme Muslim alfa yeta president ya tandala kolya kul mi yanko wolle be la fannala walla ibe bata kul mi so la stata wolto ila fanna yinna bar ngajel sa bo ni mo tara lo president nyaati wala ka tentla ya jey abuke kolya kul fo president ay nim president fana mel jabir wala akata mol ma kan jele coming ya fo nyamen nyin ala yin meeting do ngajela imamul ma amanda imamul dammanna ay media fana ma wala kibar janjanna la koti ay fanna ko maji ba ta ni moko ton so nimmi yajibe in totality mum be woni ngaje ko sala ko mañi nga atlata bakel sa
Okay, anyway, ngaje dal kom answering cover beyonding I think it has some relevance dependale ayanda jibela nyame comme ya fa nyame it seems ko sign it is not really serving the purpose awulta min kama molaje from jamela time to kana barula time okay they seize it as an opportunity kasi kadiamu call do la miya lonko jama inin bankola na fin inin bankola mirror ni mulla jerol bukata bake, especially of recent kawi we've seen President Barrow also making best of the platform to make comments kake fay banku dingol kan journalist all activist all. I think that is something it is not among the kudimyanka kumayata. I think nganyo mi gal wulindi o mu nganyal timyalonko o kumayata bake bari sunkar salolo adabi nyinkono ka kanyo konton ka hake boyndi nyoye an fana bari dina alfalmo o fana nyanta kan opportunity ka kela sula dal dol sulo dol itandi ko dol la miyalonko wala be kerim banko kan president français jabino, but then aja nyaming of recent call takan trend munna abe money come back. So I think overall if you ask me I ko continue, but then with a bit of organization nata bayla ni atar dun diamol be damo diamol be kala den ya jibe diamol be keno ni atar dun sa wodo ya fali ta ke kondon dor ni president barol tata kim fa had diamol do ngama e ka salo wol in salo kera den manjare kacaya ke ko nyo kondon dor mo be ta khalas bari ko be nyamon boden ni atar diamol ti da fa ba ata bayla ko to ko mo fa mi alon ko wala be kala banku dun jama nafati kadu ka be ngaje nyamen ko fonkol opinion polls men fintida dina alfal mo model nyalon ko banko diol late tollala bake banko diol ke tollala moy ka jikila bake fana, so dabo jikol kono pour ka waro dol imam banko general banko diol tani te boka futo mun keno president la o ka nyum opportunity pour the Banjul Muslim elders and any other Muslim elder military the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council ka platform when you use to send a message to President Barrow and his government, pruka jibero ke batala miyalon ko banko dum betaki ka wala, but not to come and attack individuals or to make comments miyalon ko abe mol datula yelling wala abe mirror different from different quarters about Siandela. So Ibrahim, let's get in bit by bit. Kajiwa Kumodol Milfo. Let's start with the attack on the media. President Barrow ayitande ko dal man sa media walang kibar janyang bunda dol bijang wal malla fi Kaira Kula. Ako afunganya ako gal ko no good news is news. Ako kulding ko ata fomon so wala. But then joko foko kibar bunadul bi wonel buka fen kende findendi ala man sekundar do kor ba fevane mu jawmati eko fana eko dor na finten. How do you see those comments over and over we've been seeing or
Good
hearing
news is not a news.
we've been hearing the president attacking the media, especially Kajako Bagara Kende Mafindin and all whatnot. How do you see President Barrow comments over and over, especially coming towards the media? It seems could be the connection of the slowing back. Ibrahim. Ibrahim. Okay, it seems Ibrahim is still Ibrahim ning ala connection ala Roma Benyola, be dali manke sent you uncle Abe Bambanding back. So President Barrow yo lafo about the Gambia media fraternity. I think nyomu cool dim yo uncle akumata back ni ajibe um ni ajibe the media ika lodula towards the development or towards the national development. Kula myango akumata back. But then every time they attack on the media, mamera unnecessary that tomorrow the Gambia government molbe ajere GRTS example mudula myango itul ka jela use back ka la kolta man amana dawala mona ta jela fananko inataka 40 million di radio fankola other 40 million di media house dollar eko ya dira mun dalilo min kam wala pour ka government agenda wala mo sakundala taran mo sakundala ko wala la nyato tala ni la ko ko mu be ke be bonni amar president baro ayanda kala ni kuya idan ni wala to wala minna mo jama je ko silal jama ya ko ima tara je kan agenda mi alon ko galbe wala foka ko woni yanda ka promote people are not seeing any different content mi alon ko is different from other media outlets min coming bonding I think mi ata complain dala wala yanda kala complain ayanda ka wala complain ka yoko de yoko di
Oh,
minna
Jola, unfortunately, na connection all tara send mutana studio kono.
I see ila connection
Yeah,
utala
yeah,
yeah well now you are good to go so
yeah.
mediam kam muna oran yinte ko ala president barola kumula mil for about the media fraternity tumala mina aja ko there are some media outlets minga lonko wal buka government na good agenda findinde if ever ni findin about man sokona kegela kuja wallati awa tumala mina dol bije wal kajala ko no news is good no good news is news you know so yeah lo comment sol dinya ko banko media dol bi wal kala banko la malo dro wal kat ngol wal kadwa pour banko e mala ko yake banko kan pour yow fintindi but not the government's agenda.
Yeah, concerning about President Wala Kumakawa, I think in the yeah, Abarka Baka, concerning about this remark by the president, ngaji ko president manyana nyin kumakan sifa fola katan ni kasama media kan. President yandal no ko media mu bundal di mi amon ko tolam the fourth estate wala tolam bunda nanin jawat. So media bi jela pour que government ka ke put into account be kumol mem ko wala be barol mem kan ke put into account anu ngaje ko media fana ba kata kam ba kala kam president ye kuma kendo wala ku kendo ke wala government ye masukunda initiative na rami alon ko yalon ka do banko la mol la balunya yin farin nale ngaje le ko be findinde bari nin ku jaw fana keraw fana nyanta findilalde so malam fo masukunda wala president fa be ame kam media ya falikul tentu bang wala kuma fama kuma mi yalan yek
Rightly so akamta ko bide akamta ko Ibrahim be the connection of manere bakele I don't know yes so wala biya dal president Baraya wala itande ko there are some media me along ko buka ila agenda fintindi but nga jala fanan ko President Barrow at the same time ay Barrow media for development me num bake nga ay ovi vano dila pour ka continue ka government la agenda fasa so mamera there is any need anymore pour President Barrow kaje ko kam media mol jalay pour yala agenda fintindi wala minna itol fammi ataba France media wala ala party wala media empower kan pour yo okay I think they should ni atara abo vela kodo bonni kan ko okay they should do a very good job for him in doing that and I think the media comme Ibrahim Yafunyame they are doing absolutely a fantastic job comme Yafunyame mo nimba pare accountability pour que kontibo ne ku kendo ke anyantolam pour ka fo bar fana nin ko fana mantata kan ku o fana mun nyantol de pour fana
unfortunately bindala connection of jam fa kan wrong.
Yeah, it seems, you know.
Yeah, I'm coming for them in the president make sure that I make sure about come min for the media. Come do be wal malam man kada bara a call for la bara mala ka damage min cause. So I hope next time na be nyin kuma kan siba for la I along anyanta min for la na manya min for la because media mantra je drum pour ka government na ku kendol findindi nin government ku kendo ke mangaja le media ka findindi barana ku jawo fananke wala ku ke mi alan ko anin sulo manda media ngendo fana findindi amanke yindi ko media bije la pour ka banko la kuro dua isa pour news de be findindi la so I hope next time
Exactly. And then Ibrahim, I think they gave 40 million to some media outlets.
All right,
so I think that should be those media outlets. I couldn't even. I think he should Atenala a company about the media. They should try and make sure to make those media outlets accountable.
Exactly.
So those people are the ones who owe you that coverage.
Exactly. 40 million tanani manga million tanani manga kodindi wodi da media o media la wala wodi da media kafo la enta make la government agenda ya promare ko ya kudo yindi la pour kaje ko ka misinformation and this information campaign private banko nyinga so nin kombo nyama enta make sure la kudo di tabin la yedu kudo do ko ne ko me nyata do kun la nyama ya di la jiko min kan yo jiko min mafa bara manke nyinde ko be bulo to la media be la ka ko media dol bije man la fi banko la kayro do tan
imadi mun na you can hold those ones pour kaje ko by force nyinde ka bondi
exactly
and
so I hope status be wala pour kuma ko nyin ka clarify wala ka kuma ko nyin murundi dal ka media apologize for president's remark on them.
No, you don't expect that Minister of Information Jale Moele Cabra appeared on Coffee Time this week. I come on Don Milfo about media. Tiffany President Barola Kumoning Cement to Yandel from Father Rafafako. There are some online media iba ferol jibe kana pruka jibe pruke regulate pruke donde silokan you know pruka wasifal for dandi ning atara yera yenyan to sor pruka mansa kundara jaw ma fon ay ni kenda ma fananke yanda ko fanan for I think they should come out plain you know maybe to mention those media to liaji million ko labukel agenda support I think media kataraje is only politically motivated comments on towards a certain media outlets million ko gajo ko labukela program or bonding. Well, I think every genuine media in this country, they are well known, they are open. So Nita Mandiam obviously you expect others put in an idea. I think that's the main problem of the government. Buka fintin and diam to defend the agenda, you know, of the government. But then, so how do you expect, you know, the media outlets from promote me and malong or moti ye put me na kadiamu alla molto yala oppositions ni ajibe they are always ready you know and available pour kadiamu la party wala you know to against the government so neutral fan na mul pareta, they can use those
anu
same platform.
flanya fana ama do fana because ngaji le yeah anna mo amanda fana ngaji hani press hani ni ngar government press conference press conference ngaji be ka ko ila audience mun fala be ke be ka la ka ko president mo ko media jimal le kam wala ay jama hakilo be jimal kam muy at na yin kuma ko
All problem what all all beboka fankaje. So I think in short, the government should blame and they can blame Samba. It all found like and to make sure that they make a decent job when it comes to information. Kibaro mukul di mianga kumata. So ning kibaro tumara mina whole kasoro kibaro to dorong. Then obviously providing rooms promole speculate, promole kumol for ila miro ila jernyal for hanatar oni silo manda oni tonya manda. You cannot stop that. Tumara mina we call it a democracy. Nga mukul di mianga kumata bag and coming now repeat nyamando. Let them hold ila media outlets korol di milla to provide them good coverage, including the Baro Media Empowerment. Bari Baro Ovi Vano di Wall Fan la Puri continue wall. I think
anu
Kaba di la
ngaji la fana
empowering power.
aman dam baro media empowerment fana because han state media budget ka diwol fana pour ka jeko ide ma sakunda agenda promote la nyang ngaji ko dile du ko tan kende pour ka jeko government e project is isa ya pri fana sa janya di jama o fana la so ay jakal la dal baro en ko ade media ci fa jama la
Yeah, I think all the time the attack on the media dan in the KGB battle. I don't think as a democratic country you should expect people to always everybody to sing praise on you. Those were some of the things my uncle at the President Barrow in 2016. I I think if we are coming back to the same thing, Jalero for journalist or Kangani Milbe diam media again, that shows a little bit of issue. Let us move on. Ibrahim ngata Imamolia, President Barrow and diam Imamolia Fana. Kaya tande ko bangko dolto Imamol ka mansa kundala ka kutubo safe Imamolia ana niya safe afa ala diamuro dara ko ni ayo aya I jompi dara wala mofo den betar la problem ko no kadu ko Imamol ka Imamol dol bije e ka diam kol do la miyalon ko mansa kundala fanano ko bari e bako kulon ko nyinto ane baka nyinin kar fananke se ka kumul fala miyalon ko ana manta ako tonya do fanan bijede ni ke bo tonya fala o se fitno wulindi nole so we na to mo jamana ta jibe roke wala kaje ko president baro ha do fata ke bro lik dol ka sa wo mu dictator ya tamon se rolti wala nyinte ko marolo miyalon ko komi wolta to min jangjuri ni ya jamila wato dol kaya ko dol ko nak to nyalo so malong Ibrahim how ning ko mo analyze ya jibe nyaade ka khutba safe Imam Walid, do you think is anything we can expect it anytime soon? Is it a right move, Purukoke?
No, I don't think that is the right move, and I am very, very disappointed about this remark by the president because ngajo ko imamul fane right through he from express ni ajo ko komi yalan ka banko tora kan wala kula mi tini yalan ko abe haraba dingol to tora kan banko kan among i de pour ka je ko i from express wala ka fo la membaro kan because ngalon ka membaro mo fanana dila mi yalan ko isten is ni fang express no je wala sa kumol to mol mi yalan ko mol ta mo no damen so ka ko ka stable regulate ko nan ka football regulate like every demo diman kurbo kam karana jamol be ko ay jamol de ko kurbo gel tirina karana kurbo yi mas kungal ba sa bela ni a tele man ta je wala fen la fa da je man ñan la fa la je imamol ni be na problème ko no wol dem kulle mi yan be dem kitti ya fama se so ngaji ko mu kula di yang ba man yana bala head of state yeah
But
Yenda fele
Ibrahim,
ye
what do you think? What do you think
festival
must have
aboda.
necessitated President Barrow can you come see Falvo? Munatina ila jeroto munatina President Barrow be sila sa kay mira yung kuma si Falvo ya jamba tato nun jan anera manyin si Falvo even though do liajo ko super mo stato nun de kafo ko ibe imamu do la sin lamul ka diam radio tanu si Falvo. But again, in this time around in a democratic dispensation, what do you think? Munatina President Barrow yung dan yung comment si Falvo.
I don't know. Man dalim di malat na yung kumakan si Val kababul. Kung yung advice alin ba wala ka advice ni kusifal la ba? Puro ay yung kusifal advice ba kung man ba malam. But ni mo kulto ni alang gamang yan na. Imam also have their right kung yung module rights na niya. Ipare mo niya na kilo sa puro kila kila grievance kan ni man sekunda wala ka kila kampada ni man sekunda ni ayo man sekunda man tak taku kan. Ibal temu mislo so ko ko man sekunda. So maje ko kulan mo din yang gamanya because memaro le ko fana platform mo di pang express mo dan pro mo yalong mo ne banko.
Yeah, it's a little bit troubling. Comme perka ay tanda doon mil ko fu bangkol bigel mi alon ko man sekunda ka khutba sa ha comme Saudi nyon sifa ministry of marine ila dino la fanna ya ito niko ka khutba sa fele
Mo ni woldol kompean wala. Mo ni woldol
Turkey
kompean because wal mo monarchy government. Yeah. Okay, woldol demokrasi man rasabat bi ngol wolto ba. Ko to ni Gambia kompean wala.
yeah
Ito
yung
na
yung
iman
Arab
level
Bangkok
kilim.
Middle East Bangkok yung
Yeah.
wala to bake Saudi Arabia Turkey Egypt ngamera last year yung Morocco fana lafta ka wulin nila nung but then among all taman na ima enforce so come yafa nyame there is no democratic country mi alon ko abaning implement kang in the first place democratic country in the sense ko Turkey molbe kuma mol ke jago ko mang man ke democratic country comme sente mulai nyame sente demonstration of our warning banko ni kan tumara minna Istanbul la meyo ya sorong tumara minna dol ko de miyati na mimba sorong ñu ko wala ñu ko monam afana mo opposition balti president Recep Tayyip Erdogan na mansakundal and be jikirin ko ba akala wala next elections in 2028 ngamera so masukunda basilen kono loto nak askena ganyen so o kamera kabrin sign they try to suppress him ya sorong so we'll see fal will be carrying banko dolto maybe again puruka kilimba ya taman sanke dol yaji ko wala tina wol dol ko kan nga banko jel hani was saudi imamo nguno ka fintina ka fu imamo dol soro ne wala ka dol suspend for the simple fact ko ini mansa kuna mundila priya safe ya priya o karan khutba to imanso wol dol wala dol jumping dile ya kumo dol laji mi an ko ni tolta wani mansa kundala ni dia manta wala mansa kuna musa fe manta you know so wal mu kullet mi an ko wal manke kudi mi an ko in a democratic dispensation mi an ko anil tarambul kendo bidat wala minna imamol nyanto so da bake comme ya fanyam pour ifana diamu bankola kuoro anen imamol fanan ka diamu mol la fanan toyala min ya lonko imang sembo so do wala imang o council pour ka diamu so mimbaro is a very good platform ka diamu call dolla anen imamol milla message o mambete ajang I don't know but then if there is any I think you can count that Imam Mialong, I just don't know if I Imam Jumala from Follow Mialong ko ala message of Mambadia. And if I'm President Boro min cafe ko kumodol from Mialong ko ibo kuma cinema sodoje then new ni la fo kuma cinema sodoje ta masakunda mo nyinin kayo tala parere ne pour que la kumol dango then obe alba kumo fa isania I think that's the number one problem of this government. You have tons of people
bit around the bush.
Exactly. And you have many people. You have a government spokesperson. You have a public press Office of the President. You have a Minister of Information. You have
Director of Press
Department
and
of
Public.
Information Service. You know, easy.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, information officer of the Ministry of Ministry of Purgajo access to in all of information also for no than
exactly, exactly. Every ministry information desk sort of. So before you allow people to speculate, name me more bolofala. Obviously that's what people are going to say. So before you think of Mulyanda Karo Kele how many imams have access to the president or to the minister or to anybody else close to the government. So minyanda kala public jamara quote na for dry senia, you know. Nyine bije. But then ye kibaro findindi, mulka nyinin karo min so wala siara kibaro fa muka senia huato do. So abe munkala wala ngabe sigi sa kola sabula in diamo siara mandano imam wala nyanto so do kasi ina mimbaroto ya kawan kwenye nyinde anyin silo manda sunyaro ni nakare ni tapale ya mbekere amam bete as Muslims ma mera nyamo yanda barana wala no fang in the first place and ala diamo do ako tonya do bioka wakati nyaro kino ntamwa do tonya sifal. I think they should come out plain to go Tonya Sifal for coin. Tonya Mialon could near for that as a fit no willing the no. I don't know. Yeah, so Tonya Mr. Fit no willing to know that I'm going to go Tonya for Muliana exactly Tonya Sifal no Muldol. I think I hope I don't forward in the man. This is something Mialonko. It is always ringing alarm bells. Reminding Gambians in the dark ages of Jame and Sifal. So I only hope because Diamond ever done not Diamond to the but then these are some of the things me uncle it defeats the purpose of Banjul Muslim elders. Ikalo imamul nyatinola, nyaton ko nyatino. Iko kumodol for me along sometimes winning doya role muliala kaita ni ko bugero doko kanya manu.
I want to role for imam all phone because
exactly. Yeah. So it seems cool no kula to me along ko maneta bag. Lastly, finally, Ibrahim, President Barrow and the Manoni fear from all those Dalla, that's another back. I don't know. Mano Mianonko Akawafi 1,000, I don't know, for 700 for 800 or something like that. For Mano for data.
Between 1,700 and between 1,100.
Exactly. I've never heard of that anyway. But then how do you see
exactly malam jaman le kanyum feeling dir ko modiala but ayanta ala mul business ayanta kisik afan mi mangena dan na mol ka mol mi pa because information is accessible momo ibe da reng information to do afan ngenda afra la dum internet ko ta sta wala ka zero ko mano da la mol la mi ka mol minga ni ala mol time mi ango dia mi dafa jamano kamara wuli kiri yetuma wuli flight ma wala sa what does that mean at least na longa sa family par nan the business manol temple be jayla because ngaje ko sungo ko manol
so mano do wuli sabali like Saddam Rice
exactly Saddam Oldol wuli sabali so ngaje ko mi being figo dia la mari ba misli dale wala na fa da ni figo ko allow ban ngaje ko factually ya sabi ko mo ko ni Konya Manta.
I think the cheapest rice bag you can have is 1,900.
Exactly. So I hope mini yang ko leka yung misleading statement on diala wala mini yang ko leka kumo diala mi yang ko imantoro. Yande funkis kisla. Yeah.
But this is not the first time, Ibrahim, this is happening. President Eka Kibarol diala mini yang ko Sabatita. What do you think, President Barrow? I don't know, but information no cool di miyango manita bake. Ika alfa mbako president ika kibaro di alam miyalong ko abuka tiling
No, yeah,
wala
yeah, yeah. Mano da sukuro da tulu da rakalam because ate bugata marse ba kastan diro. Mo min grastan marse ba kastan diro ka kondong ye mano da la wala ba ko mun bar mano da ba nyangala den neja. Mano da man naman la fa man tala.
Yeah, but is that an excuse? Gafa ato bukata mano sang understand. But then, as a president, if you cares about people's living condition, and the you should always be up to date. Ako, he is the most informed Gambians. Well, Gambian, But then you sometimes wonder how informed is he, especially Kakibaron Mil Doldiana. I think he should start, holding the bull by the horn. If you give me wrong information once, twice, come on, you know, you should dance to that tune. It's not about dictatorship, but then come
Exactly. Mo
at the
min
end
ga
of the day,
information di
people
another
hold
public
you.
servant so le.
Yes,
Mo min ga information will be ala ning at public servant so le or civil servant so le and the being the fire because they are not doing their job.
they are not doing
Ke
justice to him.
kuma
Because Fedem
ira
Nyanga
kuma fara
Tamalong.
mo ni anga beto ya at the end of an ko allow mo le na success. So
Exactly.
kula ni anga yanda ako. Yeah.
Yeah, Atamalong. So Atamamulong, ite kana ika kumulfai. Miyalong ko ita fanalong ko ni alatiyama, ko yung mantaro nyama. You're misleading him. At the end of the day, everybody mobile katasi ko mali nyakas. So mo lang taraje ka fact check. President mo yung photo niya mang correct. No. So I think it's high time at the yung CIA o GB. May ka information o diala. Wala ka wala ka to for kanabat. Kung may mo for na we have enough capacity. I'm moto for leno. Me ako me offer. So I think it's high time. Exactly. Ni mi kiwaru mi fire. Aga avokari ko. 10. So nabanda ni nga jo ki kari la mantonya fo ngata fo kari mantonya fo. But at the end of the day, you see fa kana president no president mo fo ano fenga mantani on silo mantama fenga ta dunta jana boda jana. So yeah, kuldi mi
Very sad.
alon ko.
Very, very sad.
Yeah, it is serious, it's a serious case mi alon ko mo na jibela bakela. So sound dal nga meron nga move kung yung wala foto je bar amad ba fana ya blood to di ni si kanta la include nato no bara fana ya mo ni si kanta
Ngaja le full be Africa final naman ka para no kuma ko bay.
yes
Yeah.
ya kuma kang boy kay tan ko ni kramol mil jama ka ke bodal to jama ito long ni terrorisol ani jihadism mil ka ke je bake Africa banko ko wala ito la ka responsible
Biang la panala. Biang ni akil tamin kama kumo ko be nganda kala wala. But tamul attack kafil attack aning ka imamon attack kula ni yang ko yun nyanda apo.
yeah I should think so now not to avoid no then I think it's high time the Muslim elders decide they will no longer go and visit the president because it doesn't worth it. You Cindy, when they are to tell you they are concerned, you are telling them things me along and sometimes ibuka understand no that cold will be me along you never know. So, alwila kan di Gambia have you say podcast lang ba jiwero kay kang His Excellency President Barola Banjul Muslim Elders la mitino la but di jao Ibrahim afane ku interesting poesie le ako musol enda ka musol fana include dele ay tandi ko musol ku molet mi alon ko ito less yara bangko la population ko no so fana nyante ke dabula Banjul Muslim Elders nyum ko na fana joko Ahmadiyya Jamaat nyanta ka fujele but then namara Dr. Ismaila Sise ko ndela ko Ahmadiyya Jamaat ning jumanyo la fam the Lebanese community in Amera, or like interchange, intertwine. This year in Doltara, next year, the following year Dolena or Nolena. So yeah. So Namera Ibrahim na jiber ke ko dol la mi alan ko wala kata nung week dol ko no mi alan ko tuwana mi na manano
Ya, ko nga Ibrahim Sitela ko, no?
program wala. Ibu seka eko ya mutale ibu seka e ka tala mutu mi alan ko aye funding ke fa sanitan sabani fula funding ke do fa ka humi no wait Ibrahim imam wala case one more thing new stuff in the nunje this week last week ko nung ko Ahmad Baya Foko they are planning to government masakunda hamo sura purka imam ratib jo aning Franco Christian Council ke jo salary la ofna jamu mamandela um lazo tari dole ko no manyana kan how do you see that move of the government is it the right move dol bugar mon dol ka imamol meda jan inta ka jo sotol imamol la do ko kumata society kono back so but then ko plan sort of proka imam ratib nyol jo ani the head of Christian Council yo simfada nyadi.
Well, actually, concern about Imamul that came in, I mean, Christian country. Well, kaman tana jawala. Imamul punya imeda dino balundo la. Andung mo Jamal Imam Jamal biji punya punya ibuka Joseph. So puru government you man tana jawala. But sa njoro imbe kala nyabi. Kondong ni Imamul ni do jo. Po iba fule na anyam ka jina pala bangal manyana yung pala bang. Ebe sensor la bang. Wala mo diamo. Yeah, not Joro in in good faith. As a keno, it's a Joro in Keno, but not Rabekala Abekala political camp. Kabako into the Bejo can go. Ningo even in a fala, it's in a fala. Well, Imam would dictate time and Abelin Palana and the Fala. So Kusipal Kai not Joro better welcome Kai con Joro in Man Amanyana. Yeah.
I think program di bakal nganyam min kam
Uh-huh.
not follow exactly but then mo jama be speculate kan ko no kana ko president just kami Ahmad Diamta president barona tan mun sifa fo askan all do se keno dalilo tile purka imamul fan imam ratib ninjo e ba yala ni imamul mi yalon ko to la jeroto yakuma fo manyana min fola so all do use no purka e ki kan no sifal do fan ya je wo sifa da nyato nyamale program nyalon ko independence min betal imamul buru purka kuma purka diamo purka kumol fo mi alon ko wollon koldi mi alon ko tonya lom anen tonya nyabuka comme ya ila nyabuka dia president baro comme ate mi ko moni ko tonya mi ngo ko fitno wulinde pour wol dol se dan no maybe comme ngayo nyami ya alka joro kuma nun janna alkalo la so ngajo sa wona da ka nyama ning diamo dun taje it's like akanaka political issue lati ani wasifal so anyway I think there should be a better way pruka imamul jibe be makon yam but anyway for now especially in comments on minyan ko wala for itol bulu itol wala jindi that I don't really support for now pruka imam ratib jo or even the Christian council because muna kanake these are the people minyan ko mulye hope so they tola mulka jiki tola la dina alfal imamolo pastolo ni mol batade jahal ka wala kulbe keri mulkata mulke nyatire tola la ni diam ta mulke tola la mo so adero de ni atara ngani kenno fanam bije molto ni akada wanyama is fine but then for now coming down will proceed tawala it seems ko mojama hakilo be fula flarin fo obe ken wala be kala ngani yoti so ngamuru back
government yang dapin masuk na yang dapin dang kuma ko yesen di mamul di dola dan di mana kono ibe jola kono oda tibul saban do jo nyame bang wala kono ibe jola lo bola ni dikit ibe min kala ni man na
well obviously I'm not offer pour ka ko no be jola le isa ne pa de kam ka fo ibe kan nyam they will not do that they will not accept to say that anyway So Ibu Seka ya mutale ngamuru bak bala dam Ibu Seka katale Ibrahim Sise ya tel tumi ko ay Ibrahim Sise famin kata sonyi tan sabani fula taxi driver ina taka ala fula nyi fay fonyi ma famala tuwala minna ya muta kabisa bidal ni ya muta ko ba samba kan ya samba kiti la bundung magistrate ko doli olfo ko amrundi kan akana tema yang ko kuma kama miyanon ko mo jama'a jako no omenge ko miyanon ko atonyata but kabin media pressure findita especially kabo karo miyanon ko Ibrahim Sise famati pabe no nyin kata baken ka diamo bank to the media police on kuma findita ko de Ibu Seka ya mutale Senegal banko kan tuma me ba fonde ne ko dal ni Senegalese authorities wala man sakunda molbe diam kan pour ka Ibu Seka mun dilan na nyame so how do you see the whole scenario, Ibrahim, from Kanata le saying ko ya jene and then after fanam ko police like Kanata milbulu there are people milanko there should be accountability while they punish. But then the spokesperson of the Gambia Police Force, Mohamed Musa Sisao, akamanda for like yesim fada munta or officers wal kaya munkela, So, Mara, how do you see the whole issue?
Well, follow for police will tend to demanding bari at least ya ila karo don be gela ka de ko ibu mistake mo na bar fly no fa ila deo yin wala de nya nyam pour ko mol tan ndo kanam tera ko dimi alan ko ay mol la dikla tayo warani la ko ba bari ngaje ba ni momo dewta wala momo mi alan ko lati ka kata bor police station ol de la case dal de but coming in case ni pinda late 2024 was time police do bearing emang kumo mi alan gal sene ano dal so when kula mi ang kayan ayan particular thing la photo back because kabri wa ne Ibu Seka yamu da fa Canada police will be bearing Ibrahim Sise found border from one station to another, from one radio station to another, from one media outlet to another. But kuma mambo police will be. Pro kabi aja preso wa they come back. Warole finda nam purka clarification of, But yemen fanam fo fanam bije. Ya no connection manda.
Lebija.
Yemen fanam fo fanam bije because the investigation oketa. Ibu Seka kana kami nul ni investigation agara result ol yanda findel yanda afale actual minta mol dem actual min wala fada minta mol kami alan ko wala Ibu Seka kana wala Ibu kana kami nul nyande la ko balande e pol min daga tam wala disciplinary actual mi anko yo like anda barol dol mamfo ande mo ako ende mo jakal bakal police kis la no nyaade so ngalo am kula simi yango yanda pin na ina fana sene because ngajela ami mole bi jemi yanka kuma dandan na fara ya bay so min ko mo ya ngalo ni ko sifa fana kala police ni yanda ka lay pin ya ni pin le ko sene ndi ko mi yanko yolla mo tan yanko ni fara ka tay bu kala wala
Yeah, I don't know whether most police will jai with after all maybe transpired that because I don't know. I have the belief code. I want to pressure my mount back. This thing would not have been coming and the improvement on Minkataje Mamra Sande or Besotorano. Because this was a thing it was a foregone conclusion. To one minute called it abortal. Initially all of and there was no other information for about Canada Milbulu, and normally that should have been the normal procedure because kanoni manya nakela in the first place tumala mina police all from it all alonte moloko this Ibu Seka monom yango ay tumir jamana soro it all ya alonte ya alonne comme mo le mati mi alon ko alonda baake ñing criminal mama aka mama baake ñing criminal ya kolal so mo mi ko be lon ni ma wonyama I think maybe was sambala ni ñing ku siba kala the security should be enforced so especially in Africa kanate man
planyo fana ya fo ka kan da men wo kiran kudi mi an kan be jakal bak bari yem fole men ko iba samba kan kiti bu ngota iba samba kan la iba boni kan la ka samba la mo kono han ko babulo kono han ko babulo ko ma mo brika
akanat
abor rak so wende jakal bak lo kino nya an sai police lo kan man na ko question ngo kino
so those are things me am ko police also senendela I don't know maybe hopefully admin ko ni case in samba court maybe funding after sina long code mil kata but I think it shows concern and then la min fo mo jama fa na jefole
anu flanyo fa na nara ko fa na mo ngalo ngai ibu sem ka ya samba kiti la ani ya kali ya samba jefana ya ta equivalent lakil na dengan kangada to nara ibu sem ka kan re bulle to ya fa ya fa na re bulle ngawre nyanda tumure do fa na la fa na min be ko maybe escape from unlawful custody or things like that. But
don't you think police will follow on making that knowing fully well if you charge him for unlawful for escaping from a lawful custody, I escaped the police level.
Exactly.
Escapable. So they have a question to answer.
They
have a question to answer. So do you think they would put that charges and then after implicating their colleagues, they are not going to do that. It's hard, yes. So, they are not going to do that. It's just like it's a problem also. It's a problem also. They continue to get a kiss. Not only we are only not cooking yeah, my friend. So how about if my friend is the one who's supposed to investigate me? Do you think anything can come out of it?
Other service many kutemi angani luamanda. By right, amonyo officer manyana kisla. At least we can mole bonda from another service or from another institution meaning that it in contact. Is a private independent and impartial investigation.
Exactly. So I think also most Ibrahim Sise farmer from J back that tend to
I think he did because now I'm willing to
it would have been a finished case.
Yes.
Yeah, but coming to authorities will because a very grave accusation already for to I will find model as a responsible institution as the Gambia police, definitely they should have looked into some of those accusations for. But then he make best use of the media, and I think media la do mola batadal kefintindi. I think sometimes these are the things we along government ka problem
planyo fa na me jakal Gambia police force la ko because ngaja la kabring kari lukung dantang komando kabri espiriliano do pajang ngaja la yala kila so binini ya fanu yela na kalo ya espirilian Gambia me yemin fa bin ngaja la di suspect ni yala photo injanya ni la social media platform so malandali jimala na yemang
not only that, the bounty land about for 200,000 or so.
Exactly, but we'll go back to Busakala for photo. Like journalists like Pamodu Bojang and other journalists, whatever photo in January, what. but among any step je from the Gambia police force pour gaje ko kala na halo en jangan di promote faji no so ofna yin jakali la pour ba
Yeah, sorry about that. I have to meet somebody. Hold on, what? I think one of going into that, that new content back, he did, wonders, to make sure, justice yes or to ngara mi banta o banta bari, tilimbali abalo milanonko, onyanta danda. Let's fast forward. Diaspora voting. Moro jam gladi ko this week mun betam meta matalam ko nyalon ko achocho siata num bake tumana minna député be kachake kan electoral bill la electoral bill. So if there are clause 14 tumana minna clause 14 ataka itandi puruka gameno register milbe bantala banko kan isaje ye dabula carte fayodo. But then député nataka kwenye fay banta election nyum fay sorry close nim bondi je ya close nim be bondi je la so mo jama nataka ila sula dali tandi about that decision. How do you see o simfada yamunta do natake tal justify kaje ko what close the law no based on certain sections of the constitution of Enke. Dolko no, nyaja fajano bekena. The diaspora must be, if you say, like a constituency. Dolko no, one jari put a function constituency. They can all register in a various constituencies. But that young Bangkok and jang. Overall the back and forth, especially the NPP-led coalition and in the APRC. North Alliance Mildo Kafudekan. How do you see the entire issue?
well I think parliament line decision of the diaspora bali registration or like ke disenfranchise kuli kana access no ka ka ni ngaje ga abadan ni min wala political abero ben ni political la fanal because ngaje no parliament now is politically divided ning council mi alon bay ruling party ko opposition on buka songwala ning council mi alon ko fana opposition ko ruling party fana buka songwala so in fana mo o danya ti lo so yen mal ya bala rek am yafi bar ma la dalil begul dalil koy begul dalil bambam begul dalil do mi yafi ni ko kontel pour ya
How do you see the decision of the Attorney General Dr. Ejalo Tumara a speculation of Fintedako, what the decision of Minke akele based on advice I mundila no. And then again we've seen a U-turn again from the Attorney General. Kana ka coin nika I don't know maybe not exactly to say I mean for Amanda Wanya, but I mean for your follow and then another move for your follow young colleague. Are totally different things.
Yeah. Aha, iwo fanam bijele. Ngara ning Attorney General below sama parliament. Anyanda trial by all means ka below ning different wala ka kuma fo ka dibidel convince pour ka defay kambe fay below ni. But ala kuma follow ning dafa nang wol ben dafa nang filo kono maybe wala tan bidel dafa nang jama balanta ko jini because I intend je kon ning ya kasdi fay pour ye pour register on constituency diaspora constituency barangan demo di material as a constituency so
I think the Kodamando the Karte final. I think that was on the
exactly.
basis of Jamaya fight Bantala.
Yeah, so ngayon second session ng Ramo na correct kumako yung clarify
Exactly.
ababalik kami kung saan na berka responsibility pour mo ya ko Attorney General na ko lahat na
No, but already after tradition, I mean, can I will fight already. That becomes a problem of its another problem of its own. You know, because there were rumors he had a meeting with the majority caucus before the sitting. Don't find out to me road fire can.
Pala ñoo fana ngajele parliamentary no do fana ya initiative ta pour gaji ko ye close ni introduce number ngajele ya
Again, of an
majority ko ko
man.
ni ya wal fana lo rañal pour ka ko yim block pour ka na no system ko.
So I think politics is really playing a very you know bad part in when it comes to na tamandir nyato debite bonyon kono. It's quite crazy dan. So but then doliajo ko dal ansayang amontam mi, but then doliajo ko this is another disappointment from the Barrow led administration. Tumala min na kajo ko yeah imetaka Gambians in the diaspora ke jikindi ko ebe karte file but then do you subscribe to this idea dolo yajo ko nyajam iman song nyina wala nyinte ko NPP is not going to win in other diaspora elections. Do you subscribe to that? Is that a genuine reason in the first place? Should they have such a belief in the first place? Kajo ko ite win or wala tin na then puro ukanake to suppress the whole idea.
No, not all mentality or believe that the parliamentary will be a five me a five on who believe that on the round about. But even in that cafe file based on political gain or based on politics, in that file not a bank on Napal. So those in diaspora ila remittances mean not number ko Naman last year command for more than $700 million. Even not number.
770 something. Yes.
Alright. So ni ko
Which is more than our budget.
Okay, yeah. Ni ara ko government fanan ku do pour ka je ko fanan ni to min biya bila. So ga ko ruling party man support based in diaspora malo. Man jiko ko seke genuine excuse di min ba na in bilo fiber. Na rawo mo wala la biro di mi ra je bala je. Yeah, yenda trale yo ko ni ya par.
And you can never tell.
Because because covering mo po yung parang ngajale presidential advisor ko lete kung bakit pwede nang ko yung dibo karon ko MPP support based on diaspora bagal ako ni je ko hamin ni kapin fire MPP ni oppositional game in diaspora MPP daga ganyo lagi kanara ko mo nya mangala man tigo ko sa dalil ni na.
So who should we blame? Should the entire blame goes to the National Assembly or to the Attorney General? Because it shows the National Assembly members will, they are not taking decisions independently. Even though because last time Omar Jammeh, the National Assembly within the National Assembly they have a legal expert. He deals with legal matters. So the question becomes, why is it called National Assembly members? I don't know whether they are not consulting or or if they are, why are they not adhering to, Walla advice? If they are not at all, why don't they consult? So who should we push the blame to? Because come here for nyam, do fana ya joko, do fana diam to ko, ning atara wa commune ka five banta daman, then in the first place the government, because coming below kananyam akakuma cabinet le follow yanin cabinet ya kacha jana binala National Assembly. So doko ning azar to ya deputy government man lafi pour fonko nyeta then ni ba bailan. I don't know, but then that might be a reason, but then that might also not be a reason, because do fanan biye isa geno pour ka ke fonko di ay nga natiro doron tol natiro ben tol kan doron, so ni a fay député la fay, so that the government has no business in that. But then, if we are going to apportion blame, who are we going to blame here? Coming, we've seen two major decisions from the Attorney General, but then at the end of the day, Mumata the National Assembly la decision.
Well, ning blame over kalam because ning ibela yung blame na ta because ibela nila part pit ito yung na play because kawin pa attorney general na ranyan ayun da dibigil convince na nga ng pro ye tapi pa wo close ni try tanda mo so wo nang da contribute da pol kuna an parang aja da man dibay niya aja ba ning mo kilim balanta NTP kabilo pak ibela ka balanyola so kata ni ko ibe me kilingel kamo kilena interest pata so yung gansa ko ibela la tingyo mga ibela pelda wala ibela me la dugo kanya wala na biyoy akan da ya bay ba because aku ko lang yung kaya no warna yung draft this no enough no including because ngayon ni parliamentary no le ako na general yung ka kusuno la at jabiro kaya nga panggal na ko ning
yeah, again, I'm also defend very well. It's the same
exactly.
action. Me along ko. I will like, in fact,
Exactly.
I think,
Kata ko nga
yeah, I want to defend very well.
From starting to the ending. Sabi nga la jabiro mo yung ko yung commander yung below for support. So how can he convince other parliamentarians to support the bill?
Exactly.
So aja ko rin luar na pa.
It becomes a problem in sometimes. Bilol will introduce, and then after kana act towards bilol yung kanya. Ibrahim, I think time mo bantale. Fituro is close.
Aja hani kabring waro min na fengo below introduce nang fengo below yung photo la president former president bill something like that mina below yung tola but kabring below not ng parliament yan certificate not na certificate of audience kaya ni below yung ang mas kata dito kakala like I pass on load that
I think the president's bill was something of that nature.
Something like that, yeah. But kaya yung certificate of audience sila na pero kaya ni below yung ang na pass la with immediate effect parang aja la aso ni general below yung defend namin patara so I don't mana namang wo step kilometer apun kaya ko ka
it's another deliberate attempt doon pero ka call delay in my opinion
exactly
kom ka call in suppress ko taga doon to make sure ko call ni kana fenga ko taga at the end of the day niya itol ni nang kaya kana fela ha wala tol momento ka walang kasamba National Assembly wala ka decide fire pass la but then as the legal expert of the government National Assembly members will do you can rely talaga so if you mislead them in this case then he should bear the brunt of it I think that's the major problem we are facing currently again at the Attorney General and the draft constitution natela bangalyo ko ya bayla ko daga for the next extraordinary session to
marami na ba flan nyawa because ba follow kalan nung in December kabring war na president niya nga kalam ya bayla no ya schedule to so the last day of the third ordinary session so nga
exactly
yeah so yung
Byron natala maybe perhaps we've seen Sungkaro those periods Mohammed Ibn Chambers kaya mitino sila ni Dabo ni President Barotema but mitino miyalong ko yafoko Coleman Daku Dabo Mansong muta dami ang muta world for 2020 murunan dorong Baro for Mansong follow so maybe they are going to continue negotiations. Do you see any way ning atara yung bio manke? Do you see any way the bill crossing again? Because kabi tuwala mina ifama na dung sindi nyokan some manke follow, but then maybe they are more continue. But do you see any way finally pro kajako the 2024 draft be pass la?
No, actually, man jiki 2024 draft was here because though NPP nala other coalition members of the parliament, but along with you below, for I pass,
They must need absolute
um,
majority, including the opposition. Yes.
yeah, ning digde bumu mo kena mo tan waro nang dulo binya da sonat dulo ni. So NPP ning ala other coalition partners all the man to something major opposition party like so who even chambers ni move to convince their strong mind is what it is. By ni mole amah dana bamman na put. So I don't think that is possible.
So, but do you see anyway? But Dabo, he made his point clear. But do you see the NPP changing its decision to bring back the 2020?
No, manjik wala. Manjik baro kana sa wala. Bali baro be alam ni tiya tuli kang about this active close min na kang amin ya parents
Yeah.
la pa niya. So manjik afanan se tong wala pro kapin ti draft mo le.
Ibrahim, abarka bake tayo fila banda ferang sa kan I think it's a sarodin wala anything last love ta kami phone. Yanda ka review jamana ke but then more than that I think we did wonders. Abdullah kept jambi but then yeah, I think we did justice to the program.
Yeah, kamo be kon don dal mo be da ganti. Kal ten do kay jey han ka bial kan na program la mo nyame. Ka fale don han ka bial kalin na channel ni follow. I can make channel follow on WhatsApp and in YouTube channel al kala subscribe di kana. Iba ini video
Yeah.
kuno na rek al kana suke mo follow den video ni jala. Yo
Ka
kama la
like.
kal ten do kay jey.
Cha.
Yo ka like ka comment panen di kana. O prambe ma fela ba. O kama la kal ten do kay jey. Ni mo kami advertisement so wala ila pa purnya pen complain isana na inshallah. Le ma ko ila ba gal pro ka complain di kama la kal.
Yeah, we'll soon upload our numbers on the channel. We should do that, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes. So our number 3672624. Yeah.
701150
7011502. Alabarka bake bari for the national cotton. Hopefully Abdullah Kebebe kafulan fe program on into. Alal bari mo lamin jawla ani Ibrahim Tunkara for the mascoting. The Gambia have you say episode 33. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.